walking into Piccadilly Circus Tube a couple of nights ago. Homeless guy, wrapped up, unwashed, and northern. And he's being spoken to by some kind of carer, you know, some worker who'd come out to dish out kind of stale sandwiches. And I just overheard as I was passing him going, well, of course, it's very difficult maintaining a long-distance relationship. And I sort of, like, kind of lingered for a bit. I was thinking, what? And he was going, yeah. And basically, I pieced together that he's got a girlfriend. He's from Leeds. He's got a girlfriend who's also homeless, who's homeless up in Leeds. And occasionally, she kind of homelesses her way all the way down to
I love
London.
the fact that he's travelled to be homeless.
I know. Pathetic. Oh, it angered me that they.
Is there a lot of cheap housing in Leeds? Would that ruined it for him?
But it just was. I assume maybe she was squatting or something. But it was like, and it just depressed me because it was like, not only is he homeless, but he's got a homeless girlfriend. But the homeless people are finding love.
Yeah.
Do you mean it's so? I mean, that's really depressing, Carl, isn't it? Unless they both became smackheads together. Or whatever.
No, Carl's found love on the street before, haven't you?
How's it going with your bird, Carl? Are you married?
Yeah. No.
How long have you been out with her? Going out with her?
7 years.
Because I mean, you're quite a simple man.
Yeah,
you're sort of a simple.
in a nice way. I mean, you're like Helen
sense.
from Big Brother.
Yeah,
you're sort of nice enough, but
I look normal.
Well, yeah, you sort of do. But you could be one of those that just suddenly go mental with a pen.
Yeah,
do you know
just
what I mean?
Stab people through the eyes.
Yeah, you sort of look normal. But if I wouldn't really want to wind you up to a point of frenzy.
How did you meet your girlfriend?
Through work.
What, through her work? What, you phoned up and said
We worked at the same place.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're quite an enigma, aren't you? Could you give us more on that?
At work, you met her at work. What, she came in selling sandwiches? She was going through the bins outside. What do you mean you met her at
Why are
work?
you having an attack on me? You're
I'm
the
not
one
having an
who's
attack
sad and lonely.
No,
Oh, he's done you again. He's done you
yeah, but what
again.
I thought was interesting was I just scratched at him and he just went mental.
Yeah, no,
It's like a
but
bear caught in a trap.
It's funny, isn't it? You'll never learn.
No, I was just interested to find out what the story was, because it might be a really romantic story.
Well, it's not.
All right, jeez. I love the fact he doesn't want to talk about his love affair.
I was thinking about you in the week, and like, does it worry you? I mean, you sort of joke about it now, and we're talking about it in the office, you know, like, oh, is Steve really touchy about the way he looks? And
oh, what's this? Where's that come from?
He's done it again. He's done you again.
I was walking home the other night, and I was thinking about it. And do you worry that when you're old, you will be on your own?
You did start it though, didn't you?
Well, Carl, I'm glad you brought this up. because I mean, for me, you know, a lightweight, frothy entertainment show on XFM on a Saturday afternoon is exactly the place where I want to discuss the desperate, lonely future that's inevitably coming my way.
Oh, God. A friend of mine and a friend of yours, Johnny Camden, the lovely Irish comedian, came round last night, had a couple of goes. He got something like 30 million.
That's mental. That's madness.
Yeah. In fact, you're right, because Johnny bought this comic, right? He loves Doctor Who, and he bought this comic, and Steve, he left it there, and Steve got a post-it note on every page wrote geek. Yeah. Johnny gets it home, reads it on the tube, and there's geek written on every page. That's the sort of vicious man Steve is. He can hand it out. Do you know what I mean? Imagine him calling you a geek. What must that feel like to be called a geek by Steve Merchant? What do you think, Carl?
Every week he has a go at me anyway.
What are you having a go at you? You're having a go at me every week.
3 weeks.
What?
You've been having a go at me.
I have not had a go. You've always had a go at me.
You've always said to me, what do I look like? And what do you expect me to do? Lie?
Oh, he's done you again, Steve!
No, I'm not getting into this.
He's done you again.
A young lad called up before and said, oh, have a go at Steve again, these looks. And it's not like a game. I'm not like coming in here every week and wanting to make you look, you know, come across as an ugly bloke. I don't need to do that.
He's done you up.
I can't.
He's done you up.
Is this because of the Gaylord stuff?
No, it's
that you're having a go at me again?
Oh.
It's just that you had a go at me before.
I didn't have a go at you at all. I was talking to Ricky. I haven't spoken a word to you.
Your eyes.
Is this why you're in an ugly mood? A bad mood? A generally grim mood? Is it because like you just think I'm going to have a go at you?
I don't know what it is. When I get here, you're all right. And then as soon as you come in here, you change.
I haven't done anything. What are you talking about? You're paranoid. I haven't said anything, mate. I've drawn a little picture of you here, but
I'll tell you what we need now is a song for the lovers. I want to tell you now, this has been one of my favourite songs for about 20 years. It's by David Bowie. Now, David Bowie's had his phases, and I liked his glam stuff, and Tin Machine went off. He's always sort of there, on and off, right? But this song is off Space Oddity, and it's called Letter to Hermione, and I don't know why he stopped writing songs like this, because this is probably one of the most beautiful songs ever recorded, and I know Steve agrees with me on this.
I do indeed. Rick, can I just kiss and make up with Carl?
No, that is...
No, let me just kiss my kiss.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Next week it'll be the same again. It doesn't mean anything. It's like saying sorry.
Kiss on the lips.
Go on, look, he's...
Carl.
Get I've never... Carl has gone a absolute shade of purple, straining not to have merchants...
There's no point, Steve.
No.
There's no point.
No, just shake and make up.
Shake what, Rick?
There you go. All friends, sit down. That's lovely. That's a lovely moment. Well, it is Steve's birthday.
But he would have been 26 last week.
Sometimes you genuinely frighten me because it's those staring eyes. There's nothing behind him. It's this little bald head. Looks like Davros looking at me. Genuine fear on his face when he enters into a conversation with another human being.
What bit don't you understand? If he's 27 today, he would have been 26 last week, and he doesn't look 26. He didn't look 26 last week. He looks older than 28 today.
You've started on his birthday. You're still having a go at him.
Carl, I don't look like the kind of hot stud that I actually am, but face facts, that's the truth, mate.
Yeah, live with it.
Get with the programme, jeez.
We actually got to something.
I'm already bored.
Carl, we've got to get to something. We've got to do
Carl,
something.
why don't you contribute something? You've been silent.
Now that is scraping the bottom about.
Really is,
we're in trouble. Oh no. Oh, we're failing. Who can we bring on that's surefire? Always delivers.
Audio
snappy.
dynamite.
Yeah. Carl.
The big guns.
Come on, Carl.
I was just thinking, there is nobody else who looks like Steve.
He's done ya.
That's outrageous. I once received, lucky me, the making of Thriller. It was a video behind the scenes on Thriller. The Michael
I
Jackson
know what he
film.
thinks though.
But he said to me-
he thinks
he said-
Steve loves to dance.
No, he went. You love music and you
Yeah.
love films.
Yeah, no, that's a film. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I've never professed any interest. I mean, I don't think it even had Thriller, the actual film, on it. It was just the making of Thriller.
Really?
Behind the scenes, Michael Jackson dancing around.
And John
saying-
Landis.
Yeah, it was rubbish.
Well, that's not
Blunt.
very nice, is it? But what did you say when you opened it? Brilliant.
Brilliant. I love Jackson. Can't wait to watch this. Can we watch it now, I said?
What did he say?
No.
He's so ungrateful, really.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember a time my dad bought me anything. It's always my mum who bought it, and my dad would give her the money.
Yeah.
You got Ricky who's lost his go-kart. You've had a video bought for you, and you're still not happy. I just think you're selfish.
I think your heart's in it anymore either, Carl.
I was all right today, but Steve's really dragged me down.
Well, let's...
Wait a minute, I just need to know why.
No, do you know, like,
Yeah.
when people are being miserable around you?
Yep.
I was full
Yep.
of beans when I came in.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to remember last week you were really miserable and that really wound me up.
Yeah, because he was having
So
to
it's
do
swings and
stuff.
roundabouts.
Because, you know, he'd been let down and they were worried about
Yeah,
the
last
next
week you were in
show.
a terrible mood.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like you were.
songs, I wasn't like going off and lying on the settee looking ill, talking in that voice.
Oh, he's done you again.
I said just now, being quite friendly. Yeah,
Carl,
Steve.
Carl, have you ever tried to get into the Monarch for free? Because I'll be honest, mate, it's not going to happen for you. Come out with me, mate. You got a quid off. All right.
Oh.
When you can get in places in Camden for free.
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's done you. Right, now it's time for Song for the Lovers. Now, this is one of my favourite songs of all time. You'll know this song better done by... That was nearly a sentence. Oh, come on, that was nearly a sentence. What's his name? Glenn... Let's make this, Carl, let's make this the best show ever.
All right. Should we have a big group hug?
Yeah.
Oh, Carl, come
Let's,
on.
let's have a big group lick.
Yeah. Carl, come on.
look at his little
Look at
face.
his face. You can see why the ladies love him. He's a cute guy. No, you're a cute guy. And I'm not having a go. I genuinely think you are, so don't have a go back at me.
Oh, I've got some news for you, Steve.
Go on.
Where is it? Carl, where is that thing? Right, here. Company Magazine are compiling a 50 most eligible bachelors feature.
Ding dong.
For the May issue 2002, right? These are the requirements, right? Single, right? That
Hello.
means available, not just unmarried. Just, you know,
Okay.
age 20 to 30. You're well in there.
I'm straight in there.
C. D.
What was C?
C is, it says good looking.
Fine, yeah, I'm eligible so far.
And it
Keep
says
going.
not... oh, no, this is what rules you out, probably. It says not necessarily Brad Pitt-esque. And you are a little bit.
Well, so they say.
It must be British and come from one of the following regions. London, Southeast, Southwest. You're
That's
there.
me.
I think they just name all the regions of Britain.
Yes, they
Right.
could just say from Britain.
Really.
thought-
Employ... What, sorry, Carl, go on.
Is there a height restriction or anything like that? Like when you're born, you're a little baby, wrinkly and stuff. When you get older, you sort of morph into a baby again. And you go through the same phases. So when you're young, you buy singles. You get old, you got nothing to do all day. got all your pension money, what will I buy? Cliff Richard's on the telly, here's my video, buy me song.
You see, that started off as quite a sensible point, because I actually think they'll do it. But what was all that alien stuff about when you're born, you go wrinkly and you go wrinkly again? So sometimes you mix like normal things that human beings say with I don't know what.
Well, look, when you're a baby, you've got a little bald head, no teeth, you get old, what happens?
Are you a philosopher? Are you an official philosopher? Because, I mean, it sounds like it. Oh, K-Man's with us, of course, pressing the button.
Yeah.
KP.
You all right, mate?
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pilkington.
we have-
Hold on, so I'll just say there's nothing funny about that name. Just straight,
It's
no, straight
nothing.
away, seriously.
Let's clear that up straight away.
You know,
the idea that people are laughing.
So in school, they'd go through the register, Anderson, they'd go through well, Camfield, Sturgis. Well, no, it wouldn't go to Sturgis yet, would it?
Oh, she wouldn't be there, would she?
Well, no, P's before S, isn't it?
No, she just wouldn't be at school.
She's out
Too busy in rehab.
Pilkington. Okay, settle down. There's nothing funny about Pilkington.
What's up with it?
It's Pilkington.
Yeah,
Sounds a bit like Plonker.
yeah, or Pilchard.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got tickets for
I don't think anyone's ever mocked the name before. I think we're the first ones to do it.
Oh, we're brilliant, we
I
are.
don't think people up north figured that out, that it was a funny name.
Well, it probably isn't up there, is it? Because they've all got names
all
like,
called that, aren't
they?
Ramsbottom,
Yeah.
Wilkinson, Pilkington.
Piddle Trent Hyde. Oscar Piddle Trent Hyde, what are you doing? You're late.
Anyway, Gervais.
Well, all right, okay.
Now, that's an exotic name.
It's a
Don't
bit
have go at
French,
just-
it's a bit
He pays your
French.
wages. Blimey, here he comes, having a go at the star of the show.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah. Give us another question, Carl.
Jeez.
Give us another question.
Guy's a bad loser, isn't he?
I had a good one here, but
You've forgotten it?
Or
I sort of scribbled it down.
this is brilliant, isn't it?
Hang on a minute.
We can edit this out, can't we? It's not
Look at
live,
this.
is it? This?
It's only a piler.
It's gonna. This is gonna look great when it comes out. Go on.
Which food?
Yeah.
Carl, you now making up the question.
No, it's just that I sort of took down the important bits.
But this is amazing. This is amazing radio. Go on.
Which food kind of doesn't make you fat?
Jeez.
What kind of a question is that?
Oh, this is.
No, it is proper.
I love. Imagine this on the weakest link. What kind of food doesn't sort of make you? I mean, it doesn't make you fat.
This is
okay, do you want
basically no sort of calories in it.
me to? Celery.
Water.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Do you mean a vegetable?
No,
do you mean
you're right. Apparently,
Yeah, it uses
you
up more
use
calories to
eating
bite it than.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Rick.
One all.
No, it's not one all because you're supposed to write it down.
You didn't know.
But you didn't. What do you mean I didn't know? You're supposed to write it down. That's the whole point. We're writing things
You
down.
said water. You said water.
Well, that's because I thought we weren't taking the question seriously because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
One all.
We got to set the rules. This is ludicrous.
Because actors are often quite handsome people, but yet they're always quite
we
obnoxious.
are.
No, I mean, they're normally quite obnoxious, Rick. Again, you know, you're a good example of that. And yet, I think it must be the small man complex. That's what makes them so obnoxious and so kind of desperate for attention. Didn't realise it before.
Steady on.
Because, of course, I tower above everyone.
You do, don't you?
I'm, for people who don't know, who are listening, I'm 6'7" tall. That's high.
Yeah.
That's big.
And for people who've never seen him, he doesn't hold it well. It's not like he's a sort of handsome athlete, is it, Carl? He's a bit of a what do you call him?
Carl, don't answer.
No.
Don't get drawn into that. You know the game he's playing.
No. Do you know yesterday when you were in the office?
Yeah.
You did a little move, and it reminded me of Blakey.
Oh, I hate you, Gervais. Oh, I hate you, Pilkington.
That's
He's-
sort of stance.
Yeah, but even he held it a little bit better, didn't he? Because he was a man, you know, he had a big coat and everything, and a peak cap. But yeah.
I can't believe, like, I've not suffered enough from being freakishly tall. Now, two of my best buddies,
Yeah.
live on radio, are just...
It's not just the height, though, is it? It's the posture and the face and everything.
But it's got your places, hasn't it?
No? What do you
No,
mean it's got me
it's-
places?
I think people give you a bit more of a chance in your career and stuff. 'Cause it's like,
What, yeah, stacking shelves? Because I can reach to a high level. Rick,
Gervais, go on.
well, yeah, but I know you guys are laughing about the height thing, and for those that have only just tuned in, I am 6'7" tall, which is tall, and that's big, and I pride myself on it in a way. You know, I've worked hard, I've not smoked, I ate well, you know.
Yeah.
It's an accomplishment, but obviously I didn't have much involvement in it. I just am, and it's a curse because mainly the problem is that you can't get stuff. You can't get clothes. You can't get shoes. You know?
Yeah.
Size
It's size 14 feet.
Yeah, but it is genuine, and I don't know. I mean, it costs a lot to buy a pair of size 14 shoes, and so I don't. I mean, if you were genuinely poor, I don't know how you'd afford to be tall because the clothing costs more, everything costs more.
I've seen this in comics that you'd actually go to school in a barrel.
Wearing a barrel
With just braces, it'd just be a barrel like that, and you'd have sort of flip-flops. And you'd take a mule with you. They all had a mule, didn't they, the
But
poor
people
people?
always think you'll be in a pub or something, and people just think they can talk to you about it. They just think, hey, oh, you lanky, it's just like, because it's like they
But that really annoys you, doesn't it?
Well, it annoys me because it's like they think I should be proud of it. Like,
Well, exactly, but they don't think that this is not a disadvantage. This is not a disability, is it? You're taller than most people. It might
is
get
a disability.
No. If you were 8'3", it'd be slightly debilitating. You would, but
Disabilitating?
What?
Disabilitating? Yeah. No, you're a medical man, aren't you? Eh? But no, the point is, it's a disabilitating because when you go on public transport, like if you're on a coach,
yeah.
The only place I can sit on a coach is that seat
On the driver's lap.
either on the driver's lap or that seat at the very end.
Yeah.
You know which sits into the aisle.
Yeah.
That's the only place I can.
Why
sit.
don't you
And there's
stand
always
up?
some sort of
Stand
kids at
up.
the back waving at drivers.
You could
in
drive
that
it from the back.
Here he comes. Watch it.
Were you a tall baby? Or
Mr. and Mrs. Merchant, you've given birth to a basketball player. Look at his dribble already. Were you a tall baby? Babies aren't tall.
at what point did you suddenly Jesus, nothing fits me?
Well, it didn't happen overnight, Carl.
Let's do a little graph. How tall were you at 5?
Oh, I don't know. 3 foot,
3 foot. How tall were you at 12?
6 foot.
6. What are you really?
I don't know, do I? How do I remember? I don't remember this.
Well, when did teachers start calling you freak boy and
Rarely,
lanky?
They didn't. It wasn't
Didn't they?
so much. It was no.
You went to a funny school. I went bowling with him once, right? I'd never been bowling before, and he'd been once before, and he went, let's go to this bowl. We went to a bowling alley, right? And, you have to wear these special shoes. Now, they're sort of like pointed things anyway, and they're, multicoloured, sort of red and green. They look pretty weird. And the woman said to me, oh, what size? I said, oh, 8. She went, yeah. So what size are you? He went, 14. She went, 14. He went, you probably haven't got them. She goes, yeah, I think we have got one pair. And she put them on the table, and it was like Krusty the Clown. And I just started laughing. They looked so long, and he had to run round this bowling alley in these freaky clown
But
shoes.
they don't look freaky clown like when I'm wearing them, because the rest of me's in proportion to it.
It looks like a little wall bracket.
One of the worst things that happened to me was when I was I don't know, when I was about 16 or something. We went to It's a fire
There's a
alarm
fire alarm going off.
There's a fire alarm going off.
And the fire light's going off. Yeah. Should we not just
Should
maybe
we
play a
evacuate?
record and go and check that out?
Wrap it up if you want.
No, not wrap it up. Play a record. I'm gonna go.
No, the
See you
fire,
later.
it's gone off, Rick. It's gone off.
Oh, what? We might have burned down.
Yeah, I think we'd know about it. The flames licking around our ankles would be a clue.
God.
I'm gonna go and investigate.
yes,
You
sure.
shouldn't ignore a fire alarm. Should you?
Blimey.
We're
entertaining the nation.
Oh, look at him. He's scared of fire. What do you mean? Exactly. Yeah. When
You've got your own symbol.
It's like we can see two things from space now: Fatty and Steve Merchant. We'll be landing
All right,
at about.
calm down.
Well, no, I'm just
Calm
saying.
down,
At all, you're
no.
not fat, aren't you? You're freakish and big.
Just another
Go
quick
on.
thought.
Ricky Gervais. Yeah. Okay. Steve Merchant. Great
Hello.
to be here.
Thanks very
Hi.
much.
Now, you're a very tall man, if
Yes.
I might say. You're 6'7", aren't you?
Yes.
Was that a bit of a problem at school?
Well, yeah, a few jokes here and there.
Yeah,
A bit
okay.
of gentle ribbing, but not
Yeah.
nothing too problematic.
What's the weather like up there?
Well, exactly.
You're skinny, all that
Yeah.
sort of. Oh, you're lanky.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
dear. And what about the glasses?
Well, I wear glasses, but again, that wasn't really a problem, you know.
They didn't
get
call you
it.
Four Eyes,
No,
really.
not really.
They didn't call you Four Eyes, freaky lank thing.
no,
They didn't call you Freak Pot, Freaky the freakish.
All right, I'm
gimp,
not sure I'm
Four
enjoying
Eyed
this,
git.
Rick. Stop,
What?
no, I'm not
Well,
sure
I'm just saying they didn't do that.
As an interview, I'm not sure that's the best approach.
Okay, and then you
I'm
left
honest.
school. You left school.
Yeah.
You went to university.
Mm.
There, were you called Freaky,
No, I wasn't.
Freak-Eyed,
I've never been
Four-Eyed
called
Git
Freaky, Four-Eyed
thing?
Git.
Are you sure?
Never been called it.
Were you called Freaky, Lanky, Four-Eyed, Stupid Hair, Boggle-Eyed, Freak Face? Fish Face?
Is your chat show coming back? Is this what you? I never watched it. Is this what you said to people like? I mean, you had some big names on there, didn't you? Tony Hart.
Yeah.
That bloke off Ground Force. That should be a
But-
vocal fascism.
Yeah, but there's not a trauma if you don't look like a pop star. There is a trauma in society if you can't speak normally. So it's
What
a
do you mean
much
a
bigger
trauma?
issue.
His trauma.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
But, but it's not. I'm not arguing about what we think, because a lot of people think that a lot of people get abuse if they're ugly. I mean, I'm guessing. I'm assuming that's
Well,
the case.
I can't speak very well.
I don't know if that's the case, but
We'd make one great pop star between
I'd like
us.
to think so.
My looks and your talkie. Although you sound like some sort of weird Wurzel.
I'm not trying to be a pop idol.
Alright.
People can idolise me in their own small way as a great
Oh
radio presenter.
dear. Oh god. Look at us three. Imagine if we tried to be like BB Mac or Light Funky Ones. I'm just thinking of like three good looking guys. Genesis.
Did I mention about when we were in America? Did I mention that last week?
The Police, no?
Did I mention this to you, Carl?
Oh,
Sure, I mentioned it last week.
yeah.
When I was in America at a wedding, went to a wedding with some friends. We were walking through America, there's 5 of us walking down the street in New York, and a car pulls up, and some Chinese tourists lean out, and they went to us, "Excuse me, are you NSYNC?" And we said, "Yes, we are." And they were taking our photo and stuff.
Just think of Steve at the back, sort of like 2 foot taller than
Which
the
member of
others.
NSYNC is 2 foot taller than all the rest?
Don't Chinese people like tall people or something?
Right, play record.
No, seriously.
No, because it's...
I don't think you know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
Carl. We're likely to get in dangerous territory.
Yeah. Don't Chinese people like tall people?
There's something that... I'm sure. Do you know, like I was...
Phone in if you're Chinese and you like
Carl,
tall people.
what worries me is that when they did Chinese lessons, you were down the beach in Wales.
In Ruth Maddock.
Paul Maddock.
Paul Maddock.
Oh. But he didn't want to go off his dad's name and that, so he's changed
So he
it.
used his brilliant talent. And his pox-faced.
Do you know if that's right?
Well, I don't know.
'Cause it looks like him, doesn't it?
Well, I'm sure that's libelous if it's wrong.
Oh, right, yeah,
it's
you'd be
not.
ashamed to have Roger Daltrey as your dad.
Well, no, but Roger Daltrey might not want it getting round that he gave birth to Specky.
Yeah, right, actually.
I see what you mean.
Specky? Spotty?
Spotty, so I looked at you.
Yeah. Alright, calm down.
Well, I don't know, you've got nice clear skin. At least I didn't call you spotty goggle-eyed freak boy. You got a nice skin, like a nice complexion, smooth-faced, goggle-eyed freak boy fish.
thank you.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Carl, what? Don't you like us arguing? Is it like mum and dad arguing? Do you get all...
It's a bit like that.
In the caravan. There was nowhere to escape to.
Me and Steve have got a little bit of a pact. We're not allowed to talk to Carl during the week because he comes out with too much dynamite and we want it to be fresh, and it's just unfair. And if he sees us laughing, he clams up a little bit because he knows something's wrong with his head. So I was in a pub and Carl called. He was returning a call. I'd called you earlier, and I said, "Oh, I'm just across the road. Come over." And he came over, and we had a conversation, and I kept saying, "No, save it," and I can't remember half the things he was saying, but I do remember one thing he said. He said that the human eye never grows. He said, unlike your ears and nose that keeps growing all your life, he says the human eye never grows. Now, there's a little bit of... He says, no, you look at a baby, it's got big eyes. It's got the same size eyes as it will have.
When
it's
a baby's born, everyone always goes, "Oh, look at its eyes," don't they? Because that's like the main feature.
Yes.
They're quite big. They don't grow. They don't get any smaller. They stay the same size.
What, you mean once you become an adult, you've the same sized
No.
eyes?
Soon as you come out of the womb, your eyes, the size they are as a little baby, they stay the same size.
Until
It's
you
just like
die.
the sockets.
And I pointed out to him, right, I said, if that was true, Steve Merchant, when he was a baby, with these eyes he's got now, would have looked like a hammerhead shark.
Alright, calm down. You don't want to go lay into the eyes.
Do you know what I mean? Just to prove my point.
I didn't laugh when he
Good.
said that.
Respect.
Sam reminded me.
Go on.
Orange Crush. Do you know we were talking the other night about contraceptives?
No, you said to me, I've got to do lots of homework. You look up how they used, in the olden days, how they used to use elephant dung as a contraceptive. And I went, what? And he went, no, look it up. You give me those things. I said, I don't know. Was it they put, when you're running around with dung on the end of your knob, no woman really wants to go near it. Is that how it worked? And he went, come on, you give me things to do.
If you've just written a PhD on how to use elephant dung as a contraceptive, please get in touch.
And I
Carl
found
will
out
give the number in a minute.
It's not elephant, it was crocodile.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
But, yeah, Orange
Sorry,
Crush.
no, you can't. No, whoa.
What?
Back. What do you mean? It was crocodile dung. How did they use crocodile dung as a contraceptive?
I don't know.
Right, go on, Orange Crush, yeah.
So Orange Crush, what it was, I was trying to look up that thing about crocodile stuff, using it, and I came up with another one saying that they used to use a lemon, sort of shaped right, and the put it on, and the citric
Citric acid.
in it
Kill the
would
sperm?
kill the sperm.
Right.
So they would wear the lemon on the end of the knob.
Was that
whilst-
erotic?
It worked.
Listen, I'll try anything, Carl, mate. If that works.
yeah.
If the ladies like that. I mean, could it be anything? Could it be like, a melon?
Kumquat?
Yeah, maybe. In my case.
What's those hairy ones?
Yeah.
Anyway, it just reminded me when Orange Crush.
Well, thanks very much for that, Carl. It's and that I didn't even ask him to.
No.
Research that. He just-
So Orange Crush reminded you of the lemon contraceptive? Okay.
Think's cooler to look at, Steve or the Chemical Brothers?
Steve.
Definitely, yes. You're absolutely right, Carl, and that's the first sensible thing you've said for a
If
long
I was
time.
to work with Steve on some music,
Yeah.
if I had the choice, I think Steve would look better on a album cover.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you change him at all? What would you do with his image?
I'd put him in the distance, so I.
I can't believe this is.
No, just so you don't look as tall. That's doing you a favour.
You know, I was on the. This is true. I was on the on the tube, right, coming in to meet Gervais the other day, and I was wearing a suit, and my mobile phone slipped out of my pocket, and it landed on the seat, and I didn't realise this. And as I was about to get off, some bloke who was sat there like an old guy, he picked up the phone. He went, "Oi, Lanky, you dropped your mobile phone." And I was like, "Well, I thank you for pointing out I dropped my phone, but did you have to do the Lanky?"
But you knew who he meant. I bet you turned round straight away. It worked.
Knew he meant
Yeah,
Steve.
but-
He's done you again.
But I was the only person stood up. It was a fairly empty train.
Was there any other lanky people there?
No.
Well then.
No, but my point was there was no one else at all who was about to exit the train.
Okay, so he didn't need lanky.
He could have gone, "Excuse me, sir," or "Oi, you," anything, but "Oi, Lanky."
I know.
It's that thing, though, isn't it? That's what I'm talking about. You say the thing that you don't want to say. It's like me with Ken Dodd and Will.
I think he wanted to say this.
Oh, well.
I think he took pleasure in it.
I think he went, "That bloke's lanky. I shouldn't say that." Yeah, I should. Oi, lanky.
What's
you
he
dropped
gonna
your phone. Yeah. Do you want your phone back or not?
But this balloon thing, anyway, it's got a bit out of hand.
Why
No.
is it got out of hand? What are you
No,
worried
it's
about?
funny. I just want to. I want to sort of like tie them all to the back of your belt. So as you go up there, you sort of tip forward slightly, so you're going up slightly upside down.
We could paint some advertising on your bald head.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll do that, Lanky.
That'd be great.
Save it because I just want to mention to people that they should be very excited because it's going to be Carl's special night tomorrow. You excited, Carl?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is me and Steve, because we were nominated, we get a guest
For the BAFTA Awards.
and it doesn't say guest, it actually says partner. So I'm taking my partner, and Steve's taking Carl.
Yeah.
But what Carl doesn't realise is, you will have to pretend you're his partner, otherwise you wouldn't be able
we'll
to
have
get
to
in.
hold hands when we go on the red carpet.
Is this really your partner? It's not just a guest. They have
That's
to,
how it is. And either we go in like that or we can't get in.
you just have to be with him when you go up there. I mean, you have to, does he have to?
We should hold hands, but I think what we should do is just to make sure that there's nothing at all that like it's going to go wrong. We should just do a little kiss.
Just like,
Just when we get in front
or
of the
be seen
cameras.
sort of like cheek to cheek, just to show them that,
Yeah.
you're not, he's
Like
not just
Elton
getting,
John and
he's
David
not just
Finnish.
getting his mates in for a free meal, you are actually partners.
No, I'm not up for that.
Why not?
Well,
Because we know we're not actually gay.
no, but
So it's not a problem.
You've come out of it looking quite good because you've got a good-looking fella. But I'm meant to look like, I mean, I'm not gay, but if I was, I don't think I'd go for your thing.
Oh, he's done you, Steve! It's turned on you again!
I cannot believe.
We were trying to get in.
Wait a minute. I have got the cream of London's totty phoning me up trying to get an invite to the BAFTAs,
Yeah.
right? We have very graciously asked you if you would like to come along.
Well, that
Yeah.
worries me even more. That you've got women calling you up. But you prefer to say no.
Carl.
Carl, I can't choose between them. If I let one of them down, they're gonna destroy
Yeah.
them.
He's-
They'll
yeah.
be ruined. Their
Yeah.
lives will be ruined. It's better for me to take you and not, ruin the lives of any of those poor women.
When he told them he was taking you, it was like a scene from Graceland. There was just like
There was
women-
weeping.
They were crying like
It was horrible.
Hundreds of them, and he
Really?
just went. And
I got upset.
He just had to say, "Look, just chill out, bitches," didn't you?
I did. I just said, you're all my hoes, but
Yeah.
I can't choose between you.
So I'm taking Carl.
So I'm taking Carl.
You know he could get you discount frocks,
No, I.
and yet you think, and you look grumpy because you had a couple of pints, and I can't believe.
So tell
it.
us why you didn't enjoy it, because the ceremony, what didn't you enjoy about that?
Far,
It was interminable, wasn't it?
far too long.
Wasn't it awful? So
3
boring.
hours.
I thought you were going to say something.
Really?
Sorry.
3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose for you two, at least, you know, you were going to get something.
Sure.
Yeah.
But with me, it's like, I mean, I've never graduated or anything, so
Have you not?
I'm trying to think of, of a situation. Basically, I sat there for 3 hours knowing that I'm not going to get anything out of the night.
Yeah.
Right? Now,
Did you? Sorry, when we invited you and you said yes, did you think you were up for an award?
No, but I thought we were going to be sat round tables having a nice bit of food,
Yeah.
whilst people are going up there winning awards.
Yeah.
But 3 hours of the same thing over and over again. I mean, if a film's 3 hours in the cinema,
Yeah.
you go, well, it's long, but you know, I wonder how it's going to end.
Yeah.
But this was just like the same thing over and over again. Some guy going up, thanks a lot, cheers for the bit of brass. And then going down, sitting down, the same thing over and over again. I wouldn't, honestly, right? I'd say it was one of the worst things I've ever had to do. No, I enjoyed the night afterwards when we did have a bit of lamb and a nice bit of veg and that. That was alright, and I went home and I was happy, and I got the little freebie bag that you're talking about that we're giving away.
Yeah.
Which wasn't much good stuff in it.
Alright!
Right.
No,
What would you have done on that Saturday night?
Suzanne
What
said
would you have done or the Sunday night rather, what would you have done had you been at home?
I would have stayed in with Suzanne, right? Watching telly, having a nice bit of pate on toast or something, cup of tea, watching 24. But instead, I had to buy an expensive suit, so I didn't show you up. Right?
Yeah. How much did you spend on your suit?
Well, in total, right, because, you know, the shoes and the suit and the shirt and the tie, it was about 600 quid.
That's the most expensive evening ever!
That's what I'm saying to you. And the daft thing is, it's dark in there. I don't know why you've got to wear a nice suit.
You can't wear a tracksuit, for goodness sake.
It's dark in there.
No, just the shirt and that. It doesn't make you a better person wearing a suit.
No, doesn't
You
make you a
know what
better
I mean?
person. No.
We're not claiming it made you a better person.
No, but that annoyed me.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an experience, innit? That's why I went, because you think, if I didn't go, if I would have said to you when you invited me, no, Steve, I don't want to go, then I would have never known, right?
Yeah.
And that's my sort of thing in life, right? If
Yeah.
something comes up, you should take it, even if you're not going to like it. It's a bit of an experience.
Right.
You know what he said to me? I phoned him up because we had to meet up, and obviously he had to pose as my gay lover.
Yeah.
To get in, right?
Yeah.
He phoned, he said something to me like, "I bought a suit. I'm looking good." He said, "I'm looking good." People will think, "How on earth did he end up with that good-looking guy?"
So he got into the role.
That was what he said to me.
Started getting into it.
Such an insight.
Play a record.
I just must say that we've had an email from Daryl Foss. Lots of people have emailed in and said, well done on the BAFTAs and well done on your Room 101. They really liked that.
Thank you.
There's one guy, and it's Daryl says, Ricky, has your dad only got one D-Mob suit? Because I know you noticed, but Ricky wears the same suit every single time he appears on TV, because he spent a fortune on it getting it tailor-made.
I've only got one.
It's a good suit, and now
I
he just wears it
know.
all the time.
And it's winter as well. It's like a pure wool, so I'm sweating everywhere I go. Anyway, usually it's too much cheese.
I won't be buying another.
Huh?
I won't be buying another one.
Ever.
now. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suzanne told me today, right, because I've handed it in today to have the trousers turned up a bit.
Why?
Because it was a bit of a bodge job for the night.
Yeah.
Right.
It was just some pins sort of holding it up the other night, but you didn't notice, and I didn't tell you because I thought you'd be getting on the stage and saying, "Look at that freak over there with his pants hemmed up." But I took it to the place to get it done. Suzanne tells me that I'm going to start shrinking now and getting to that age where you start going smaller.
I know that must have been a revelation to you and a worry. Like, how small do you get? How small do you get? Oh,
Right, what are we playing now?
Because he'd seemed to be doing so well with it, I thought, well, I'll try that then. That looks easy.
Oh, dear.
And ran at the bar, launched, didn't actually get my feet off the ground. Just hit the bar like I was someone finishing a race, you know. going
Did
through the finishing
you
line.
have...
It's so pathetic, just clattered everywhere.
I just want to get this picture of you at the age of, what, 15, 16?
Yeah, yeah.
6'5" already, probably?
probably, yeah, yeah.
Probably, what, about 9 stone?
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you have your glasses on?
Of course I did.
That you must have looked pretty
And probably,
sexy.
probably a small bum fluff tash
Yeah, yeah.
as well.
That must have been good.
That
Was
was a
it
good
true
looking-
once, when you were about 16, you decided to wear a dicky bow to school?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
must have been great.
That was during my PG Woodhouse phase.
He's not.
Yeah.
You thought you'd be a hit with the ladies if
I
you were
thought-
more sophisticated.
Well, not only that, I thought it'd make me kind of kooky and eccentric.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't already. 6'7", goggle-eyed.
Yeah.
Like they're not already thinking, there goes a weirdo. Oh, he's a weirdo with a bow tie.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Does it spin round, mate?
Yeah, what a
'Cause you're
catch.
getting me hot.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I wore that for about 6 months, and it was in school colours, because we had to wear a tie, so school, but this was a bow tie. I mean, now I don't, oh, man.
I can't believe it.
don't know what I was
Carl,
thinking.
when you were a little Pilkington, right? What was if you had hair? What would it be like?
What do you mean?
Well, you obviously had hair then, back then. What was the style?
It was like sort of. I had quite sort of fine, sort of straight hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Hairdresser once said to me, "You've got hair of a Chinaman."
He was a wise man, wasn't he? What do you think that meant then? Oh.
He just said he just said you've got the same hair as a Chinese man has. Very straight, quite fine.
Why is he telling you? I just imagine this pal going, the Arsenal did well, didn't it, sir? Should I have something on that? You have the hair of a Chinaman. I'm sorry, nothing. You're not the spy. No, I'm not. Thank you. Good night. Oh,
It was
you're
one
not
of
my
those-
Yeah, lovely. You
was
have the
one-
feet of a fish. I'm sorry, nothing. It's not you. Okay, next. You have the hair of a Chinaman.
It was one of those barbers. It was a cheap one, just on a railway bridge.
I don't believe that. Go on.
And it
On a railway bridge.
That's why it was cheap. It was very low rent, so he could charge.
That wasn't the
50p.
barber. That was a man with some scissors.
Yeah. Did you go? Oh, I have to move you there, sir. Wow. Okay, back in the chair, sir.
I imagine them on one of those things you always see in old films where you've got to,
You
kind
have
of
to
press
pump it
down
up
on
and
that
down,
thing
yeah,
so it
like a
travels along
seesaw.
the track.
Yeah,
It
that's
wasn't as good as that. It was just a normal chair, little wooden hut, and he did have to stop when a train came past because it used to.
Well, because he had to change the signal.
just making a few extra
Yeah,
bumps.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love
That's
that.
Manchester for you.
Oh God.
I always
oh, it
remember
wasn't
him.
Bernard Cribbins, was it?
I always remember him saying, "Do you want your hair washing?" And I said, "Is it free? You know, does it come with it?" And he said, "Yeah." So I said, "Oh, go on then." He said, "Hang on now, I'll just have to wash these mugs up." He had like a sink full of mugs.
Oh
So I'll just
God.
take these out and then I can wash your head.
Oh no.
And that's why
Why did you go to this man?
it was cheap. It was
How
like
much was it?
About £2.
And when was this?
God, at 88, 89.
All right.
Yeah.
So what happened to your Chinese hair? When did it start coming
You
out?
have the hair of a bald Chinaman now,
Yeah.
don't you?
You've got the hair of a Chinaman in a box now.
I used to just work a lot of hours, and I think,
That's what made it fall out.
yeah, of course.
No, it's
like,
not. It's genetic. You can't
It's
stop
not
it. can you?
genetic.
Of course it is.
Is your dad bald?
No, it's got more hair than me now, I think.
Is your mum?
Kojak's got more hair than you, Carl.